Got him. Meow. Red.
We're going to get going, everybody. Call the meeting to order. 6:33. The 2024 annual meeting minutes were posted on the website. Did anyone get a chance to look at those? Did everyone get a chance? Do we have a motion to approve those minutes? Chris Martin. Do we have a second? Tyrell Speed. Article 5 is a bylaw change. You can go to the website and look at that. Pretty much what it is, we're going to a 3-2-3 term limits on the board. There's more information online for that. Brian Smith, our new hockey director. Brian, come up here. Thank you, John. So I'm Brian. I'm the new hockey director here in town. I know coming in at the end of the season, I haven't got a chance to meet everybody, but definitely been welcomed out by a number of coaches at this point. Got to get on the ice with some of the kids, which has been fantastic. I think I speak for my entire family when I say we're excited for the opportunity, and I see nothing but opportunity here in Watford City. Beautiful facility, a bunch of very friendly and nice people. I haven't met anybody that's even been discourteous at this point, so I appreciate the very warm welcome, and I look forward to working with everybody and their kids and helping move the association forward. Thank you, Brian. Treasurer's report, Lisa Samuelson.
Hello, everyone. I'm going to read you my treasure report because I am not a public speaker. I'm going to try not to pass out here. For those of you I haven't yet met or who are new to the club, my name is Lisa Samuelson. I'm married to Corey Samuelson, not Scott. And we have 4 boys who are actively involved in the hockey program. Beyond that, I also have 6 nephews and 3 nieces participating at various levels in the club. The organization truly holds a special place in my heart, not just for what it does for my family, but for the community as a whole. I was honored to be elected as the McKenzie County Hockey Club Treasurer in March of last year. While I didn't bring extensive financial experience to the role, I've always had a passion for marketing and finding creative solutions to challenges like fundraising, raising awareness, and strengthening communication. With these skills in mind, I decided to create this annual meeting pamphlet to share some of the key financial insights I've gained over the past year. Now, let's talk about the last year. It wasn't without its challenges, particularly when it came to our Dasherboard fundraising efforts. A late start to the season left us about $30,000 short of last year's fundraising results. Despite these setbacks, I'm proud to share that we were able to bring in $90,000 through On Ice and Dasherboard sponsorships. One of the most valuable lessons I've learned in this role is how our 4 distinct accounts work. These accounts, the general, trust, gaming, and endowment accounts, each serve a specific purpose and have restrictions on how their funds can be used. To make things clear for everyone, I've included detailed information about these accounts in our pamphlet. I also want to address a common misconception about the endowment fund. The principal amount invested cannot be spent. Only the interest earned is available for us, as the fund is designed to ensure long-term financial stability. As we look ahead, one of the biggest factors impacting our finances is the user agreement we're negotiating with the Rough Riders Society. The Rough Rider. Once the agreement is finalized, we'll have a clear understanding of how this will affect ice time and registration fees. Of course, we all know hockey is an expensive sport. While we strive to keep costs affordable for our families, we may have to consider increasing registration fees to offset rising expenses. Despite these challenges, I'm optimistic about the path ahead. With corrective measures in place, I believe we'll be on a much stronger financial footing in the coming year. And on a positive note, we are approved for $38,500 in grants from the Lodging and Occupancy Tax Fund that is approved by the city. This will be specifically for our Winter Classic tournaments. This is a significant boost and a testament to the growing recognition of our club's contributions. I'm also incredibly proud to share that McKenzie County Hockey Club is being recognized as a model of success, not just within our community, but in comparison to the other clubs and sport programs. While we face challenges in bringing tournaments to our community and other sports, hockey has demonstrated its potential as an economic driver. Our Winter Classics and other events have brought in an impressive $1.2 million in revenue into the community. In fact, I've even heard of other clubs mentioned at school board meetings as an example of how hosting can be done successfully. I've even heard our club mentioned. While there's always more to do, I'm proud of what we've accomplished and excited about what lies ahead. Thank you all for your unwavering support and dedication to our hockey community. Together, I know we'll continue to thrive and grow. I just wanted to also thank our sponsors for tonight. You can see them on the back of that pamphlet. We have Lund Oil, Hydras, we have Sarah Westcott Photography and Level Up Photography. A lot of these pictures up here are theirs, and we appreciate them always coming to the games and distributing our kids. I also just wanted to thank the parents in general. Every single Winter Classic tournament, we put on kind of a panic mode before, and I was like, there's no way I'm pulling this off. And then there would be 15 parents there the night before helping me set up. And every single time I was just in wow at how we've all come together and pull these off. So thank you Kathy, thank you Darlene, the meal was amazing. You guys are
Thanks to all of you. You make everything a success. Thank you very much to each and every one of our players, our mom and dad, our chairman, coaches, everybody. Make this our club very
I would have gave her the mic, but we all know she doesn't need it, so. Instead of giving the mic, but we all know you don't need it.
Thank you, Lisa. The Rugnish Scholarship. Shelley?
Hey everybody, I'm back again for year number 6. I want to first tell the girls, 19U girls, good job. It was a lot of fun watching you guys, and you did very well this year. As well as everybody else. Some of us didn't get as lucky as others, but everybody worked hard and had a good time, I hope. So with that being said, this year I am going to give
our scholarship to Cash Burdo.
This is now the last call for voting. If you haven't received your QR code, it will stand over here in the corner. Do note that once you submit that, the page will go blank. At the conclusion of voting at 7:30, you'll be able to refresh that page and you'll be able to see the results in real time. Also, over here to my right on this table, there's committee sign-up sheets. Signing up for those committees isn't guaranteeing you a spot, but that gives the new board that's coming in references to go off of when we start creating those committees later on this year. Team reports, LTS, LTP, Corey Samuelson.
Unfortunately,
Check.
Okay, unfortunately, Dave Hansen couldn't be here tonight, so I got to do the Oilers Learn to Skate, Learn to Play. And the program is designed for 4, 5, and 6-year-olds. And this season was definitely filled with excitement and enthusiasm. We proudly welcome 49 young players to our hockey program this year, showcasing a diverse range of talents from those proficient in skating to others we fondly refer to as walkers. By the end of the year, they were all skating. Our practice sessions were organized in 5 stations, providing players with the opportunity to develop a variety of skills during each 45-minute session. We also took 2 groups to Sydney for a cross-ice tournament, and then later we participated in a Watford City Winter Classic alongside close to 30 other teams throughout North Dakota and Canada. Meanwhile, our new skaters, proudly wearing the Oiler jerseys, enjoyed playing in their first inter-squad game during the Winter Classic, giving them a thrilling taste of the action. We hope every player had an enjoyable experience on the ice, and that all of them will be returned for another exciting season next year. A big thank you goes out to all the coaches who dedicated their time and energy to this young group during practices. It takes an army to wrangle and inspire the next generation of hockey players, quoted by Dave Hansen. Now, I think I forgot to actually tell all the Learn to Skate, Learn to players, if you're here, come on up, be recognized. You're not a Learn to Skater. I don't know if we have that many of them. You stand right over here, everybody. Okay, come on up. There we go. Come on up, everybody. Learn to skate, learn to play. So, out of 49, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You guys returning next year for more hockey? All right. This is your group. Thank you, Corey. Thank you, boys. Can we have Preston and the 8U skaters please come to the stage? Preston.
How's it going, everybody? Preston. I was one of the AU coaches this year. Looks like we're pretty light on numbers up here too. We had closer to 23 players. But this year we had 2 teams, an AU Red and AU Black. I'll start by talking about the AU Red a little bit. I had the privilege of coaching most of the Red players last year in LTP. And from where we ended last year to where we ended at the end of this year was quite an improvement from a skill standpoint on the ice. But I think most importantly as a maturity, listening comprehension standpoint, it was night and day. Kids were able to perform drills, listen, come in. It was quite an improvement. From a game standpoint, we also started out pretty rough in the win and loss column, but we had kids that didn't know where to line up on forward defense, how to line up for a face-off. In our first tournament in Sydney to our Wofford City Classic, where we started slowly getting it, but played some pretty tough competition. In our last tournament, man-to-man kind of clicked, right? We had some defensemen lined up on defense, we were playing our positions, and most importantly, I think we got 3 wins out of 4 games in that tournament, so. For the Black team, that was our older, a little bit more developed team. I haven't had the privilege of coaching most of them in the past, so I can't speak to how they acted last year, but this year was an honor to coach them, and it was fun. They set an example for the younger players. They showed them how hard work and what listening looks like in practice. Their skills also immensely improved from a skating, shooting, and positional standpoint. They started out in Sydney with a bunch of wins. Came to Wofford City Classic, won a bunch more games, maybe dropped a couple to the Canadian teams, but kept their heads up and kept trying hard to Mandan. I think they might have dropped 1 there and won 3 out of 4, so they had much more W's than they had losses, and they had a great attitude and continued to work hard all season, so thank you very much to the Black team. I also want to say, hey, we're not done yet. Stay up there. If I gotta struggle through this, you do too. I'd also like to thank Ty, Tony, and Charlotte, who were the main assistant coaches there day in and day out, especially Charlotte. Me, Ty, and Tony got skin in the game, and kids dragging us to the rink every night. Charlotte's doing it to give back to the community and the club that she played for. So that takes a special kind of person to do it with no kids in the program. Another thank you to our team moms, Sarah, Allie, and Keisha, for all the off-ice stuff that they put together, all the pizza parties, entertainment in between tournaments. And then for Keisha and Hallie, our season wouldn't have been what it is without you guys. The amount of time and effort and energy you guys put into scheduling our tournaments and games and making sure Ty and I knew and Tony knew when we had to practice was helpful. And the amount of time you guys put in is probably dwarfs our time on the ice on a weekly basis. So thanks to everybody for a great season, and we hope to see you guys next year. Thank you, Kristen. TU girls, coaches.
I was worried Matt Beard wasn't going to show up. I thought he might be in white. Okay. So, one word, dream season, right here. Dream season. Okay, first off, assistant coach Chris Johnson, Matt Beard, Andrew Eisenshake, I don't know if he's in the crowd, he helped out with some practice. Yep, stand up, show your gun. Well, after the previous team mom mentioned, I don't want to explain her too much, but I do have to thank Hallie for keeping all these little girls organized, and Katie for getting them riled up before every game. So very, very important. So we're actually not done with our season. we have one more tournament here in Estevan this next weekend, and we get to play a rematch game against Lumsden, which we are very excited about, right, girls? Yeah. That's right. So this year we had 28 wins so far. We're going to add some more, hopefully 4 more. 3 losses, all in tournaments, and 2 ties. So our tournament results kind of serve as our great measurable for us, and so just kind of highlight those. But in December we got knocked off by tournament champions at Grand Forks, ended up taking 3rd. We then played a January Jamboree where we won every game. And at the beginning of February, we took 2nd place in the Bismarck Capitals Cup, and we could have easily won it. We won both shots and offensive zone attack time. We were just unable to win on the scoreboard that weekend. And so then the very next weekend, we were actually at home in our own Winter Classics. We had back-to-back tournaments, which was really intense. Hallie scheduled us a Crosby game, and Tuesday night we had to cancel and bail on it. It's like, there's no way we can do this. So that was athlete too. That's like Trump going off on the script. So, but we played at home. We took 4th place. We were able to play Lumsden Lynx twice, back-to-back games. We tied the first. It was a great game. We were down by 2, came back and tied it up. Should have pulled the goalie. Junker came down, said pull the goalie. It's a tie game. What are we talking about? You're crazy, but we lost. We ended up losing in points and ended up having to play 3rd place game against Lumsden. We got down by 2 goals again, fought back, but we ended up losing 3-2. So it was a great opportunity. It was fun to play them, and we were super excited about playing one more time. So in every tournament, we were able to play the toughest teams, and we either played them tight or we won. And as a result of this, the girls on myhockeyrankings.com, shout out to them guys, wherever they are, but we sit ranked as number 20 in the Minnesota 10U Girls B Division right now, and we're the 2nd 10U Girls team in the state of North Dakota. So pretty awesome. So now the first half of my speech is done. I got another 15 minutes to go. And so every one of these girls has improved immensely through the season. They always show up with a tremendous can-do attitude, ready to work every day, and it shows in their results. So with that, girls, I'm actually closer to being done than I said. So keep up the hard work. You're going to be a force to be reckoned with. Great job this season. Let's go take down Lumsden. Ready? Let's go do it.
We have Squirt, C, and Himmy.
And this season is definitely proved true. We started out pretty rough with a lot of losses. It wasn't unexpected. We have very young boys. We have 4 third graders that played up. 3 were in learn to skate. 1 was a brand new player to hockey, and then 4 were returning. And a couple of those 4 were on their 2nd year of hockey, so we were very, very inexperienced. This group, although lacking in that experience, made up for it in heart. They handled whatever we threw at them, and almost all of them played every position at least once this year. Their ability to adapt helped tremendously when it came time to go to sport internationals. Our first game at the internationals was against Mayport. It was a tough loss. It was rough. But after that, we switched a few things around, changed a few positions, and we had a really great game against Woodbury, even though we lost that one too. But from there, we got put in the Emerald bracket,
And actually, these boys won the championship in their bracket. They started playing as a team. They were playing their positions like they were supposed to. We minimized our penalty minutes, which was wonderful. And they were generally raising each other up to succeed, which was wonderful to see. After sport internationals, we had been playing sport B teams most of the year, and so we were still playing sport B teams. And they started giving them a run for their money. Anybody who watched our Sydney game can figure out what the other team's coaches felt like about that. I'm very, very proud of how far this group came. They did wonderful. I can't wait to see the hard players that they turn into as they get older. Thank you, Drew and Mason Wallen. He's my student coach. Drew is my assistant. And then Francis Metcalf also helped a lot during our practices, so thank you to him. My amazing team mom, Kayla Grace. Thank you. Literally, team moms make the world go round in this group. Parents, you guys are all wonderful, willing to help in any way. Lori, you are amazing. Everything you do and always answering my questions. Thank you. Exam drivers, facility workers, concessions workers. Seriously, you guys make this club work, so thank you. That's it. Thanks.
So when it comes to the success of these hockey games, we can't do it without the referees. Here it goes.
Thanks, John. I think I got 30 minutes, right? What I got here is a coach and parent scorecard. We're going to go through each and every team and see who had the best sportsmanship. But since Curtis isn't here, I actually left that at home. I'm kidding. I just want to give a quick rundown on our season. We had a lot of fun. We had a really great crew of referees this year. Great crew of teams to ref. And it really, really went well. I've got a lot of passion for refereeing, and I just wanted to try to give back and help bring that passion to the club. We started the season with 8 adult referees. We got 4. We have 4 non-coaches. 4 of them are coaches who are even coaching several teams, like Corey, Jarrett, and a few others like that. We have 4 non-coach adults. We have 25 kid referees. So we don't have to have them up here, but I got 25 youth referees in here. But I just want to give a thank you to all the support that we have from the hockey board. Without their support, it would not have been possible. Also want to thank Dave Hansen. He did not come here, but Dave Hansen is incredible. I don't know how else to say it, but he always has their back. He has their, he's always willing to answer any text messages on rules. And Dave he doesn't just talk the talk, he walks the walk. He's a great referee, he's a great mentor. We've got a few others that did a lot of mentoring in here. Jared Wool, Jeff Jensen, Luke Taylor, they got on the ice with the kids. Help teach them some of their knowledge. We've got some really, really good adult referees in Water City that can referee anywhere, and those are 3 of them right there. We have Mason Wallen. I'm sure you guys all saw Mason out there. I wish he could have been here tonight because I can't wait to see what Mason's going to do in the years coming up. He really loves to referee. He puts in a lot of time. He does a lot of games. Several of our referees actually did state tournaments. We had some youth that got handpicked. And got to go out and do some state tournaments, so they did a really good job with that. So a big shout out to them. Just some quick stats for you guys. I'm sure you saw it in the booklet, but we had over 400 games this year. This is our club's first time having a Bantam A team, I believe. I'm not totally sure on that, but I believe it was our first ever Bantam A team. That gave us the opportunity to do 4-man crew in Bantam. Not every city does that, but if you were up there watching some of the Bantam games, we had a 4-man crew for that, just like they do for junior gold, and that allowed us to really do some training and mentoring on that level. That was a really good team that really pushed us to get better on that level, along with the Bantam tournament that went on for that whole weekend. So we had 13 officials that traveled here quite often from other towns without the Richland Ranger referees. There was 11 of them that came over here and loved coming over here because they really enjoy our facility. So thank you to them. We had 6 junior gold referees. We had 1 19U. We had 10 Bantams. Bantams, I hope you guys continue to referee next year. I'm really going to need you. Some of you guys did a really, really great job. Our junior gold referees did great. I got 8 Pee Wee referees. I've even got a level 3 Pee Wee referee sitting down here. And we have 1 squirt referee. Where you at, Kat? She did awesome. So that's really all I got. I just want to wrap this up by just saying the best stat that I have of the whole season is that we missed 0 calls. So 400 games, 0 missed calls. So thank you guys all. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Eric. Do we now have Squirt B, coaching staff? Richland D? Where's my Squirt B players at?
Sorry. So here's, what do we have? 5 up here? Alright, we got about half of our team up here. If you read our recap, we had a pretty eventful year. Over the summer, the initial plan for this team was for it to be B1, and we ended up in the B1 tournament at home. We also picked up some games against B1 equivalent teams from Williston and Bismarck that both were challenging to the boys and kind of gave them some confidence to show them just what they can do. Our first 2 games were against the Williston low B1 team, and there was a lot of, oh no, it's going to be a tough year, things like that. But as those 2 games went on, they started to build confidence, which led to our tournament in Rapid City, which we ended up taking second in. So I think that went a long way towards showing them what we could do. We finished the Bismarck game, or the Bismarck tournament, with 1 win, 2 losses, and 1 tie. Another opportunity where we saw how important every game is, because we had just a few minutes where we kind of fell apart against a couple teams in those 2 losses, which led us to our Fargo International Tournament, and we lost our first game to a team that went to the whole tournament semifinal. We lost 6-0 to them, and in our second game we ended up winning in a shootout to go to the 3rd bracket, and which was a fantastic game. Well, like I said, you can read about some of those other things in the recap here. I just want to give some thanks out to the Squirt coordinator, Corey, He was in charge of our Monday and Tuesday practices. I thought he did a great job. My assistants, Tyrell, Jeff, and Casey, again, great job. This was my first year back as a head coach, and I hadn't spent any time with any of these boys outside of just working with them in some skills from time to time. So Jeff and Casey especially were very helpful in letting me know some of the inner workings as to what's going on with these kids. Emily and all the other assistant coaches and the bantam players that were out helping on Mondays and Tuesdays at practices. The team moms, Karina and Sierra, you guys were awesome all year. I didn't have to worry about anything outside of just hockey, which is fantastic. All the families that work dibs, box work, and for dealing with some of the short-term or quick notice scheduling things like that Bismarck tournament where we were trying to get switched up. He was just up here, but our ref coordinator, Aaron, and all the refs, thank you so much. We can't play a game without you guys out there, so definitely appreciate that. The Sam drivers, our scheduler, Sam, and our registrar, Lori. She did everything she could to try to get something else figured out for our home tournament, so we wouldn't be thrown to the wolves against some of those B1 teams, but it ended up being a good experience. So, one thing that I do want to add is that the boys really improved over the year. They worked their butts off every single practice, every single game. It seemed like they had fun. They developed not only the skills, but to be better teammates, and it's going to be exciting to see what they have in store for them in the future. So, all right, thank you.
Thank you, Curtis. At this time, I would ask that the squirt B1 team come to the stage along with Coach Corey. Some of you may not know, but Coach Corey is the biggest Team Canada fan in our club.
I'll explain that in a minute. Sean and Brody, Scott, come on. If you want to stand, you can stand and be recognized. You don't have to come up on the little stage. Scott's in the back, Brody's over here, Sean right here. Those were my assistant coaches for the season, and thank God we have those, otherwise we wouldn't have been able to run practice. And thank God for all the B coaches and C coaches as well. We have 36, sometimes more kids out on the ice, trying to do 5 to 6 stations at a time, and it just wouldn't have been possible without them. So, thank you. Oh, the hockey jersey. Our last practice of the year was the USA Canadian game. We put it up on the big screen in the main rink, and Brody and I had a bet that whoever won that game had to wear the opposing jersey. I forgot all about it until I showed up here today, and apparently Brody did not. So, I'm a Canadian fan today. Anyway, a little bit about our exciting year with the Squirt B1 team. It was a demanding, we had demanding group practices. We had hard-fought games throughout the year. Our teams demonstrated incredible growth, teamwork, and determination throughout the year. Our B1 team, they started strong, delivering impressive performances in the Winter Classic. Sean, come up here. Winter Classic and Moorhead tournaments. Although we fell short in the semifinals of both tournaments, these experiences helped us improve and build resilience. The kids' hard work did pay off during the Estevan tournament up in Canada. The team battled fiercely, showcasing skill, a lot of determination against tough competition. We finally emerged victorious, bringing home the championship cup, which was built entirely of candy and pop. That was quite the experience, divvying up all the candy and pop after that game. But we played, like I said, we played 6 games in 2 days, which was a lot of games. We scored 66 goals in those 6 games. We only gave up 5, and we had 2 shutouts, which is a remarkable achievement. From the game-winning goals to the clutch saves and exceptional team play, every player made valuable contributions to our success this season. Whether on or off the ice, the dedication and strong sense of teamwork within this group stood out. At the end of the season, we finished with a record of 15 wins, 11 losses, and 3 ties. And the second half of that season, a majority of those games were against 8 teams. So we're proud of what we were able to accomplish and very excited for what's to come next year. Like everybody else has kind of said, I want to extend a heartfelt thank you to all the coaches. We couldn't have done that without you. The parents for their unwavering support. Marta for being a great team mom. Like Aaron said, the Zamboni drivers, the refs, and I want to thank, most importantly, I want to thank the boys for their effort and outstanding sportsmanship throughout the season. I do have a special thank you. I want to thank the tournament committee. I don't know if it was a committee or not, or the volunteers that put one of the best tournaments in the tri-state area together over the last couple of years. We know how hard you guys work on these tournaments. These kids are extremely lucky they get to participate in a tournament like this, where you guys put the effort not only into the on-ice experience, but the off-ice experience. They're very, very, very lucky. So thank you. We've seen kind of what the East has done. You'll show up to a tournament. You're lucky if you get a banner. So, once again, thank you. Now, I'd like to introduce our B1 team. Number 2, Axel Jelstead. He'll be moving, I'll thank everybody out there. You can give him a round of applause. But Axel, he'll be moving to Pee-wees next year. Number 3, Brady Kalustian. He'll be returning to Squirts. Number 4, Jensen Bold, also returning to Squirts next year. Number 8, Berkeley Warner, step forward when I call your name, guys. Number 12, Chance Martin. He's moving to Pee-wees. Evan Bittner, number 13. Not here, moving to Pee-wees. Number 16, Leo Samuelson, returning to Squirts. Number 20, Cash Maxwell, moving to Pee-wees. Number 22, Cruz Samuelson, staying at Squirts. Moving to Pee-wees. Number 24, Jackson Breland, moving to Pee-wees. Number 25, Cheston Ewing, moving to Pee-wees. Not here. And number 50, Archer Netzker, our goalie, returning to Squirts. This is your B1 team. Oh, Tegan! I'm sorry. Number 39, you're here. Number 39, Tegan Graham, moving to Pee-wees. Oh, boys, grab this. That's mine.
Thank you, Corey. At this time, can we have the 12 new girls, coaching staff?
Thank you. I'll start with ones that are here. I think we got everyone here. Peyton Norwood, Zoe Kendrick, Eleanor Beard, Brinley Sweet, Lucy Lundeen, Addie Merrill, Taylor Irwin, Bailey Birdall, David Hirsch, McKinley Kelly, and Riley Rouse right down front. This year had its fair share of ups and downs, lots of heartbreak, with a lot of success as well. We went 7-6 in league play, earning ourselves a gold division tournament berth. We ended the season with a total record of 14, 15, and 2. Our state weekend was pretty much like our whole season, a hard-fought battle every single game. We lost, I believe it's 4-3 to Minot. We just could not get one more past that COVID tie-up. We were winning up 4-2 against Fargo. Ended up pulling it out to beat us 5-4, 6-4. My message for the girls in the last game was to try and win your last game of the year. And they just did that. They did just that. Hazen scored with about 35 seconds left in the third period. We went down and tied it up with about 10 seconds left and won in overtime to win our last game of the year. Good job on that, girls. Our scoring leaders for the year were McKinley Kelly with 41 points, Peyton Norwood with 32 points, Haley Hirsch with 24 points, Bailey Birdall with 19 points, and Zoe Kendrick with 16 points. As for my rockstar goalie, playing her first year ever in net, she had 14 wins, 4 shutouts, 3.5 goals against, and an 84 save percentage. So with my thank yous now, I don't think Chris gets enough thank you. He coached 3 different teams this year. I complained about being at the rink a lot. This guy was always at the rink. So thank you, Chris, for your dedication to every single team. My other coach, Jordan, she wasn't here a lot. She's in the Army Reserve, so she was gone quite a bit, but she showed up when she could, and the girls loved her. As previous coaches have said, the game can't be played without our refs and our exam drivers. So thank you, refs and exam drivers, for all your hard work through the season. My parents, thank you for always supporting myself and the girls. It meant a lot this year. The scheduler, Sam, never fails. She always tries her hardest whenever I have a scheduling conflict to try to make it work for both teams. Lori, thank you for all your hard work adding coaches and players to the roster when I requested it. And thank you to my players as well for all your hard work this season. A big thank you to my wife. This is her first year being my team manager/mom. I'm not the easiest person to deal with. She can attest to that, but she does all things like making stickers, getting goodie baskets for the girls, driving them all the way to Dickinson to a rage room. Whatever they wanted, they pretty much got from her. A big shout out to Amber, Kelly, Jackie Hirsch, and Jessica Norwood for covering when Green had to go with Theo to the games. Thank you for a great season, girls.
At this time, I would ask for Pee-wee B, Coach Aaron and staff.
Good evening. This is going to be rather quick. I know nobody wants to listen to me blabber on. As a team, we had a great year. Every kid made tremendous strides in their development on and off the ice. We finished the year 22-11, which qualified us for the gold bracket state tournament. We finished third in our Winter Classic, and we had a last-minute tournament entry, and we went to Roseau, and we ended up. I didn't realize it until we were in. It was a B1 tournament in Minnesota, and we went up against Osseo, Roseville, Northern Lakes. You should hear all those schools because they all are in their state tournament most of the time, and Fargo. We didn't come out on top, but we learned how to start playing with more speed, and we got to play on Roseau's home ice. It was pretty cool. You could spend an hour in there just reading all the different history, going back to the 20s. Anyway, I digress. Moving on once we went into the state tournament, our first game we went against a undefeated team, and we had them on the run, but we ended up losing by 1. We gave them a pretty good scare. The second game we went up against Sydney, who we had lost 2 or 3 times during the regular season, and we beat them with a 3-on-5 penalty kill in the last 3 minutes, which was pretty fun to have that success. We didn't finish the year out with a win. We ended up finishing 6th, but that's 6 out of 24 teams in the PVB league. So congratulations, kids. I did, and I do have one note for Jace. I think this is the first season he finished with more points than penalty minutes. And I have 2 girls on my team, and they stepped up and played important roles. And I want to thank my coaching staff, Matt, Jeff, and Tim. This is Tim. He doesn't have any kids in the program. He traveled all the way to Roseau to every tournament. He was great. And the kids loved him because they were sick of my voice by the end of the year. In closing, I just want to say thanks to the kids, parents, for a fun year. So, thanks, guys.
Thank you, Aaron. At this time, I would ask for Coach Jared and staff and the PB 18. Alright, this is our PBA team. This is the second year that Monterey City's had PBA hockey. Boys were 9, 25, and 1. Looking at the size of our team here, are we missing any? That's it? Missing one? Missing one kid. So we had 10 players total going into the year. More than half our team had ever played A-level hockey together. These boys absolutely battled. We worked real hard in practice. A lot of contact, a lot of winning battles mentally and physically all year in practice. Boys were asked to play new positions and try new concepts. They all embraced it. We were better for it. A few moments to highlight. We did take 3rd in the Winter Classic. In our 3rd place game against Minot, we were down to 7 skaters, some of which was due to a freak ear injury. That was an ear. Got hit by a buck in the ear. It's ugly. But come out in the 3rd period, we're back up to 8 skaters. We outscored them 3-1 to win 3rd place. Maybe the game of the year for us was the Capitals Cup in Bismarck versus Bismarck. We go into the 3rd, we're up a goal, feeling good about ourselves, and 5 minutes later we are down 2 goals. Not good.
Goalies sometimes make saves that are way more important than others. Cole sticks his glove back, stops a puck from rolling in. We struggle, we fight. 5 minutes left. Jason finds back in the net. 3 minutes left. We get a power play, call timeout, short down. Goalie scores. Tie game. About a minute 10 left. Goalie scores again and pull off a 2-goal comeback in 5 minutes to win that thing. And then again against Bismarck, it stays. We're up 1 in the second, 41 seconds. We go up 2, but it only took us 48 seconds in the third period to score 2 and pick up the win. We fell 1 game short of making it to the championship game. It was a great year. You can see the boys learning, picking up on the concepts and the strategies that we were trying to teach. It was real fun all year. They worked hard. Our leading scorers for the year, Jackson Junker and Colton Fitzgerald tied with 24 points. Jason Samuelson had 29 points. Colby Wold with 39. So it's a great year. We lose most of this crew to Bantams next year. Good luck, boys. All you second-year sports moving up, and PDs that are still at PD next year, we're looking forward to another strong year. Good work, boys.
We have Bam B, Coach Woody and staff.
Hello everyone. My name is Woody. I'm the Anthony head coach. My assistant coach Matt isn't here with us, and most of my team isn't here with us either. We had a rough season, I won't lie, but we had a fun season nonetheless. You can all read the season recap in the pamphlet that Lisa put together. That's pretty much how I feel about our season. I do want to talk about the boys, however. Okay, starting with James Smith. James started the season having never skated before, putting in hours of work outside of practice and open skate and bridge the gap. Now he gets up and down the ice and stopping both ways, making hockey turns and skating as if he's been doing it for years. Daniel Peacock, whose parents are back there. Daniel is always the life of the party, and normally the one's on my last nerve. He came out of nowhere to state, had multiple breakaways, and even getting his first goal of the season with all of his family there to watch. Edgar Villanueva is a constant on the ice, has a great head for hockey, and is almost always in place for that breakout pass up the ice to the center. He is a constant support to his entire team, and the first one to kick the boards. You know I hate it. When somebody makes a great play, Edgar got his first goal of the season against our game against and in Williston. Hunter Bittner, as a third-year player, has shown all the heart in the world and always a willingness to learn and grow. Oftentimes being relied upon to skate second and sometimes third consecutive shift, giving his all while doing so, becoming a go-to for his coach and our team, or a go-to for his coach and team in our time of need, and stepping up big in our second game at state, scoring a goal of his own against West Fargo. Aiden Seacrest Pooh, with his speed, size, and shot, was a shoo-in for an assistant captain spot from the beginning of the season, and quietly led by example all season long. Oftentimes, the D's go unnoticed because they're not out there scoring the goals, But in our game against Bismarck White, it was impossible not to notice his goal because it was a rifle from the point. Maximus. I butcher his last name every time, so I won't say it. Little Max is a second to none when it comes to heart and effort. If there was only one on the team that gave me everything he had all the time, with little to no attitude, it was Max. Making him the prime candidate to be my captain. He was runner-up in goals and assists this season, being beaten goals only by Braylon Tolbert. Braylon Tolbert led our team in goals, and in a very unselfish moment, he gave up one of his Winter Classic Player of the Game awards to another player who he thought had earned it more. Connor. What can I say for Connor? Bummer deal. From week 1 through week 12, his role was that of support for his team. Not being able to skate and play because he broke his leg during our 4th practice. He watched his team from the bench, rooting them on through the toughest of times. Maintaining his patience, hoping and praying that he'd get some good news before the season ended. He was able to return to play on January 24th in a game against Williston. Still a little uneasy and unsure of his leg. He was a little bit timid at first, but quickly found his legs and became a leader on his team, filling a vacant captain spot and setting an example for his teammates, and racking up 12 points before the end of the season. Jason Schuyler. Come on up here. Jace Fink and Schuyler Seacrest, who stepped up from the PB level after their state tournament and filled some holes in our team to allow us to go compete to the best of our ability at our own state tournament. Small and a bit timid, they showed up and played very well, showing off the skills that they had received through their own regular season, with Jace even getting a goal against West Fargo. I appreciate them very much and hope they had a good time playing with us that last weekend. Now Clay. Let's talk about Clay for a moment. There's too much to say about Clay, so I'll keep it short. As a first full-year goalie, Clay took over 1,200 shots on net. I don't know what his save percentage is. I didn't add it up. But 1,200 shots, he's become one hell of a goalie. Despite that many shots and the frustration that had to have come with them, he gave constant encouragement and support to his teammates. For that season, he was made his team's second assistant captain. Now, some may think, based on our record, we had a losing season, but I'll stand here and tell you that we did not. The scoreboard be damned. These boys had the odds stacked against them and continued to fight and work hard all season, overcoming many personal and team obstacles and achieving those victories, which in my mind are far more important than that damn scoreboard. I'm proud of my boys and wish them the very best in the seasons to come. Thank you, gentlemen. I want to express appreciation to Matt Rolls for sticking by me and our team all season as my assistant coach, especially through the toughest of decisions which had to be made later on in the season. Also, Lori Shetler for her constant help and whenever, and her constant guidance and support. She's the one who put me into this coaching to begin with. I want to thank Katie Kendrick for stepping up and conditioning the boys. I know they loved it. I also want to thank Sam Kitzman when we should have forfeited many games because we didn't have enough players. She went above and beyond to make sure we were able to play all of our games. Also, Corey Bergall for reminding my boys about all the safe sport rules and regulations. At 8 o'clock in the evening, I thank the board for all that they do every year to make this game possible for these boys. Most importantly, I thank my wife, our team mom. She's put up with me for 19 years already, and you throw coaching on top of that, and, well, I don't deserve her. Thank you.
Quick update from the Rough Rider. They've asked that any kids that are playing in that area right now, that if we can get them to bring them back in here. Maybe text them. Coach Scott and staff, and the Bantam 18.
Bantam 8 boys, come on up. Wade, Damien? Damien still in here? There he is. We'll get this thing kicked off. I see everybody's eyes are starting to doze off and look the other direction, so we'll try to speed this thing up. Just some introductions really quick. I just want to thank Wade Robinson and Damien Lidke. They've been helping me coach since you guys were 8 years old. I appreciate their dedication. I want to thank the team moms, my wife Kayla helped a lot, Sam, and Donna Mackey. I'll also thank the refs. I know Aaron said they had like 400 correct calls this season in a row, but I would have to disagree. I know my brother was reffing a game against Jamestown. 3 penalties in a row in the second led to 2 goals and late in the second and to start the third. So I tried to get teed up. I even asked him for it. He wouldn't do it. He just laughed and turned the other way. So I thought that was funny. I'll just do some introductions really quick with the boys here. Second year Bantams, we have Peyton Cheddar. I don't know if he was here tonight or not, but he was an assistant captain. Keegan Fitzgerald, also an assistant captain. Jager Shattuck was an assistant captain, and then Cooper George was captain. And in that second year was Javier Alvarez. All those kids will be actually going to junior gold next year. First year Bantam boys was Easton Samuelson, Deegan Lidke, Everett Robinson, Jet Taylor, Luke Brown, Cotton Maxwell, Max Stornock, and our goaltender is Amy Hunterford. So, some of our season stats, we went 8-21-2. Really tough season for a lot of these kids. They really haven't been used to losing a lot. They've had quite a few winning seasons, I think probably all of them. Learned a lot throughout the year. We started off hot up in Estevan. Went to a AA tournament, ended up winning that thing. I don't know if the competition was quite as good as the A teams in North Dakota, but we did. We played really well, came out on fire, had a lot of momentum. Came back, we talked about it, we knew that it was going to be a challenge. And there was just a lot of things that kind of went against us. I don't like to make excuses, but Jet Taylor had an injury early on in the season. We only played, I think, 2 games. He injured it in warm-ups on the first game, so yeah, we didn't have him. He would have been probably a top 3 goal scorer for us this season, and that just really hurts when you only got 10, 11 kids. So goals, we scored 111, we gave up 168. Sounds a little bit scary, and there were times where it was. I think 4 games. We got beat by 8 goals or more, so you start taking those games away. We were right there within. I think I figured it out. It was a little bit over a goal, and you can start to change some of those things through hard work and dedication, and we did. Some of our big wins were against Jamestown, Bismarck, Dickinson in league play. We had ties against Bismarck and Minot. And then the other games, we had 7 games that we played within 2 goals: Devils Lake, Williston, Grafton, Mandan. They ended up taking second at state. I think they were the best team. They didn't have a goalie. Regina, another Regina team, and then the Sparkle Angels team late in the season. So there's 7-8 games right there that if we could have pulled something through, even half of those, it looks a little bit better. But there isn't one kid up here that played Bantam A hockey at all. And so for these kids to overcome what they did, they continue to set the bar in this program. Super proud of all of them. I know we had a play-in game. We didn't get to go to state this year. It's different. Bantam A, you don't get the automatic bid. So you kind of got to earn your way there. There's a play-in game. We ended up playing Mandan again. Things got out of control early on. I don't know. I think they pumped in 3 on us. It was in Mandan, just wasn't a good start. But anyways, after the game, I think the boys were just as motivated, if not more motivated than during the season or before the season. they realize what it takes to compete at that level. Scoring a goal isn't easy. It's extremely hard. You got to earn it. You got to work for it. And so I think the Bantam A team next year is going to be. They're going to have a lot of returning players. I think they're going to be a super solid squad. I wish all you guys the best of luck. I don't know if I'm forgetting something or missing something, but kudos. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Scott. This time I'd like to have the junior goal, Coach Doug, staff.
We're missing a few, but I have a handful of them here. I'll get started here. I'll try to keep it short, being that we're at the end of the lineup. All the good jokes have been used up, so just like to start off here by first thanking a few people that made this season possible. First off, my assistant coaches. Andrew's here tonight. Spencer had to leave, and then we had Jack Calvin as well. Closer? Is that better? Thank you. And then also I'd like to thank my wife Tori for all the support on and off the ice. It's a huge help to have a crew that not only loves coaching, but has also played for years and also loves the game. Next up, I'd like to thank our team manager, Angie Pelton, for lining up the hotels, the team events, along with all the parents that helped during the games and help out the team events and to get the kids to the games on time, most of the time, I think. Then I'd also like to give a huge shout out to all the rink personnel, refs, ZAP drivers, schedulers. Without you guys, I mean, the season isn't possible. It's a thankless job, so a huge shout out to you guys. And if there's any refs out there, if you heard me yelling from the bench, Andrew told me to tell you that it was him, and he's very sorry. As for this season, we started off with a full bench against a really solid Miles City team. We ended up sweeping that weekend, and it was on the road. That was the first 2 games of the year, and then we moved on to a successful Sydney tournament the following weekend. And we were really able to gauge the competition in our league, and we matched up quite well. But unfortunately, that was the last weekend that we had a full bench, and we dealt the whole rest of the year battling, being down 2 players, which makes it kind of difficult to get in the flow. As for the rest of the season, moving forward to the end of the year, we had an awesome overtime win in the last home game. Senior scoring the game-winning goal, so that was a really special moment for these kids. So we're looking forward to going into state, possibly having a full bench, and also on a wave of momentum. But it ended up having another setback where we were down a player again for state. But even with that, these kids showed tremendous determination, and we still had some of the 3 best games that we had all year. Our goal, just as far as coaching, was to get them to play just a simplified system, work on playing as a team versus individual play, showcase a high level of resilience, and not to compound on mistakes. And that's exactly how the state tournament went. All 3 of those games, they showcased exactly that. So while our season may not have been marked as a success in the win-loss category, we definitely could chalk it up as a win on the improvements that they showcase throughout the year, and that will benefit them down the road, on and off the ice. So lastly, I'd like to thank all the players for their hard work this year. For the ones returning, off-season is where the players are made. We've got a few coming back next year. 1 or 2 days every week now until the beginning of the season make a huge difference. And the guys that aren't returning, best of luck in your future endeavors. Hope to see you guys continue with the game, either coaching or reffing, and we'll catch up with you guys at the alumni game. Thank you.
Thank you, Doug. This time I'd like to call the 19U state champions, Coach Jared.
Start with some thank yous. Exam drivers, officials, Tori Williams stepped in, coaching a few weekends where Chris and I were with our other commitments, all the team moms, Angie, Candace, Elsie. This is your high school state champions right here. Also the first Rockford City team to win the Winter Classic. We were 27-5 this year. We outscored our opponents 132-63. This championship wasn't easy. Far from it. Like normal, they have challenges they had to work through individually. They had challenges to work through as a team. There's a lot of days they didn't want to be at practice. Or weightlifting. They had a lot of outside influences taking up their time and their energy, but there's reasons this team is different. They put in the time when nobody was watching. They stuck together, supported each other, helped one another, showed up when it was hard, stood up what was right, and cheered for one another. There was a few times when they were down, but they never gave up, never stopped working hard, and never stopped working together. They are champions. These girls had 55 team practices, 16 hours in the weight room, film review, and 28 games before state. They had hundreds of hours into this season alone. The last week of practice had us a little worried, Chris and I. A lot of energy, a lot of good attitudes. We were really hoping that they could keep that and maybe focus a little, just a little. We need a little focus going into state to make a run. And our stories in the book, obviously went 5-0 at state, 4-0. Started slow in every game, but they never gave up, came back. Went through Sidney Crosby, Bottom Rugby, and Hazelview. Top 5 in scoring this year. Berkeley Wirtz at 21 points. Taylor Knudsen at 21 points. Aiden Olson, 25 points. Emery Wold, 56 points. Easton Wold, 84 points. Our 8th grade goalie, Sierra Blagan, obviously 32-5 with 7 shutouts, 2.28 goals against average. with a 93.2 save percentage. We have 3 players elected to the All-State team: Easton Wall, Emery Wall, and Berkeley Words. We graduate 1 senior. Kayla Knudsen, the coaches will miss her unfiltered honesty. That's all I got. Congratulations, girls.
Congratulations, girls. Your board electees for the 2025-2026 McKenzie County Hockey Club Board, in no particular order: Kevin LeClaire, Jamie Junker, and Spencer Severson. I had a speech put together. I rewrote it 5 or 6 different times. Really couldn't find the right words. There's just 2 words that really stood out. It's thank you. Thank you to Kathy and Darlene for putting this together, everything that they do in concessions.
You're welcome!
I want to give a big shout out to the Providence House. They helped us out big time in the concessions. They were very professional. Really enjoyed having them with us this season. Hope that we'll have those guys back this next season.
You absolutely will.
I have 2 special thank yous. Nikki Irwin is now our new scheduler. There's a lot that goes on behind the scenes, and there was times that I was just a spectator, volunteering a little bit in concessions, and I never really understood what it took, behind the scenes, working on the board, being your scheduler. But I can tell you this, I know firsthand, Sam Kitzman has done so much for this club. Round of applause for Sam. Then when it comes to the Winter Classics, I had a coach, I think it was maybe the 3rd or the 4th Winter Classic. There was a coach from Minot. He come over to me and he said, I've been a part of this game for 40 years, both as a player and a coach. This is hands down the best tournament I've ever been to. That speaks volumes. The volunteer hours, we had over 3,000 volunteer hours. Those were reported. There's no telling how many that were unreported. On top of the volunteers and everything for the Winter Classic, if it wasn't for Lisa Samuelson, none of this would have been possible. Give it up for Lisa. The ZAM drivers, referees, every person in this room. Our season, this club wouldn't be possible without the people in this room. I thank you all very much. Brian Smith, thank you, sir, for joining this club and this team. There's, and also the hiring committee. There was a team that worked behind the scenes. We went through numerous candidates and applications, and I got a phone call from a man that's sitting in this room, and he told me, he said, man, have you even talked to Brian Smith? I said, no, that's your job right now. I haven't talked to him. And he said, well, he's the man for the job. And there was no one even in question that, had anything negative to say about Brian. It was all positive. We got here, we interviewed him twice. It was unanimous that we needed to bring Brian on board. We're happy to have Brian. Put it up for Brian. With that being said, this is the conclusion of the meeting. Have a motion to adjourn.
I motion to adjourn the meeting.
Brittany Steve, motions. Do I have a second? Katie Kendrick. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Thank y'all.
Natalie, we should trade because I don't want to carry this big thing outside. Just untie it.
And Kevin, can y'all please stay here?
What are you doing, son? Yank it. I don't know why you just don't. I steal your muscles real quick. Lay this on this.
I don't know about muscles, I have some body
cart. That's about what I'm using. Kate, hold the cart, son. Appreciate it. Yeah.
Tell you one thing, when he hit bingo, there was no one stopping.
There was no telling him he didn't hit it. I thought he was hitting the table with everybody in between.
Perfect seats right here.
I know Jamie, he went out to smoke.
Make sure it's not too zoomed in right here.
I don't care.
Huh? Congratulations.
Thank you.
Now,
We're having our meeting over here.
this is when you get to find out about how we pull people's toenails off and stuff.
If you want to talk about that kind of thing, then let's say, I don't know if you know much of my background, but I was in the Navy. Got stuck back in San Diego for about a month. When my ship was out underway, I came back for training, and I was supposed to fly back out, but I got stuck with some friends, and I went to SEER school on accident with my friend who used to teach there, and then through interrogation school. So, like, I mean, we can pull toenails.
Yeah.
Toenails,
Waterboarding.
At one point, there was only.
We're just waiting on Jamie. He's probably smoking 4 cigarettes.
Yeah, he is. He said, "I'm going to smoke."
Got 2 in.
Oh, is the camera on?
Yeah. They all know anyways.
Yeah, I'll turn mine back to it.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, Chris was going to move it. I just said we'll set up here.
Thanks.
Oh, Brody's out there smoking too. Oh, there he is.
What's up?
I didn't even recognize you without a ball cap on backwards.
Changed up today.
Trying to look professional.
Yeah.
He only fixes his hair once.
All I was worried about is making sure Corey had the jersey on.
Oh.
I actually was on my way here and went back to get it.
He did. He did.
That was pretty funny.
Any hockey fan is going to appreciate it. Great security.
100%.
So at least that was nice about it.
Could have worked.
Yeah, good. Dang it.
Call it to order.
Call meeting to order, 8:04. We need a roll call vote for offices?
Yeah.
Okay.
So nominations and then roll call.
Okay. You want to start with,
I have president, now we can start with whatever you want.
okay. We have nominations for president.
Sam.
You want to go again?
You know, I would. I mean, I think one, I mean, it took. I think I killed it during the meeting, honestly. I mean, it's something that it took, it takes more than a year to get good at it. So, I mean, I definitely would do it again.
Okay.
Like Sam secretary.
Yeah. You gonna be secretary, Brody?
No. Okay, we. Now we like her as treasurer.
Some of them are not. Pick
The
whichever one you want.
secretary could also do the treasurer's position too.
You guys want those trophies?
Or not treasurer can do.
No.
Oh, for the deal? Trophy case?
I like fucking out there anyway.
Put him in your office.
All right, roll call. Kevin.
Yes.
Ford. Me or Sam?
It's hard. It's not that deep though.
Unless you want to nominate someone, right?
Yeah.
I'll go for you.
Spencer?
Status quo. Stick with you.
Junker.
I like Sam secretary.
Brody.
What did you say?
Sam.
Sam.
Hold on, I gotta write this down. I'll do myself.
Lisa.
I'll do Sam.
Okay, now I'm gonna vote for myself. Treasurer. Oh. VP. I only had one mistake. I nominate Junker.
Nominate Sam.
Any more nominations? Going once? Going twice?
I'm for Jamie on this.
Spencer. Brody.
Sam.
Sam?
I'll do Jamie.
Lisa?
I'll also do Jamie.
Jamie. Well, I'm a vote for Sam.
Thanks, John.
Junker wins. Treasurer.
Lisa.
Nominations. Is it unanimous?
Yeah.
Okay. One by landslide.
What if someone doesn't want to do it, even though they're nominated too? Then what?
The president has to.
I don't know. I have to read that in the bylaws. Now here's for the big one. Secretary. Any more nominations? One once? One twice? Sam won by a landslide.
Who did nominate Lisa?
Jamie.
Last year I was receiving checks from me.
Well, if anybody had any outstanding cash flows for you, I don't know.
Did you get all the checks signed?
I don't make mistakes.
Or maybe two. That's it.
We gotta set our last thing is set our next meeting date, right?
So what we've been doing is it the first Tuesday of every month? Second Tuesday of every month, and then we've been going 6 o'clock. For me, that helps me get my kids home wherever they need to be, but sometimes we push it earlier if we can. So if you guys are okay with Tuesdays at 6.
So what, that's April 8th?
And if it comes to a point that it doesn't work for someone, you just have to let us know. We can try.
You said 6, right? Or 6, right?
Yeah, April 6th.
Gonna adjourn the meeting, or is there anything else?
Yeah.
The only thing I would say, Brian, if you haven't met Kevin and Spencer.
I've met them both.
Okay, perfect.
Y'all know Brian?
Yep.
I'm trying to think, do I need their signatures on anything?
No, the only thing we'll have to do, that's gonna have to do is take off Pat from the board email and add their 2 emails to it, and then Dropbox.
We need to look at Dropbox too.
So if y'all don't have Sam's email, it's on the website. Y'all can just shoot it over to her.
Preferred email. They'll be on all of our.
There's a lot of
Don't
junk.
use your
There's a-
work email.
There's a lot of junk email.
Like I had to make my own
Yeah, I
email
made
just for the
a new
work.
one.
You just get random.
If you get any invoices that have me and Lisa's name on, just send them to Lisa, please, because they're probably spam.
What did the one say?
Don't respond back.
There's a lot of spam, for sure.
All right, do we have a motion to adjourn? Ready motion, do we have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
That was last year and last year.
I told you it was going to be good. Experience matters.
Yeah.
Alright.
Wow, are you guys excited or what?
Wait, I need your muscles.
They say once a month. What do you need, Lisa?
That box carried out of here.
Where do you want to?
That needs to go.
Oh, me. You good, Sam? Need anything?
No, I'm
Jamie,
good.
will you see?
No. How many people asked you for the hockey committee list?
That's the only question I got. I figured.
A comment on it?
I'm sure he'll be here.
We're actually canceling the committee altogether. We're not doing it.
Not canceled, but it needs to be, Brian needs to figure out.
Good job.
Here's Sam.
Well done, Ryan.
What? Just out of curiosity. My name.
Well, someone better get their this coordinator stuff because I am not doing that next year.
No one want to be different. We only had 6 people out of the 200 that were here.
2 people. Nobody on the tournament. You had a shocker there.
I was going to put my name on it. Joel and who? Matt Beard.
Chris Martin.
I knew Chris.
Pat didn't want to send it. Nobody on concessions. And nobody on budget line.
I worked so hard on those two.
I don't know. We'll see if maybe bingo next year. I thought it was fun. I didn't have it a little. Good people of bingo total tonight. I gotta take 400 off.
We didn't put it out.
I will try.
Now what?
Oh, Lisa, your computer.
Where is it? Oh. My backpack.
Conversation. So
I think I just tell them that the mom's will be through the circulation, and then from there, the coordinator will be committed. That way, everything's pretty aligned. If you've got, like you say, bring it to your coordinator brings it to the meeting. If there's a concern that you're not comfortable going to your coordinator with, we call it a meeting time. The paper agreement, and go from there. I figure that streamline it, keep moving. Let's go downstairs.
not mine, it's Chris's.